Right, so here we go. It's this time of year again where we finally get to see the fixture list for all of the Premier League games. Today Arsenal tweeted out theirs, and I tell you what, it's going to be an interesting one. We have a lot of tough games in very tough months, periods of the year where maybe it's colder and there's a lot of games nearby and it's just a bit overwhelming. And then there's periods where I think we're going to do very well. So we're going to go month by month. And by the way, how good does Lacazette look? It's not an official picture. I think it's something someone's photoshopped, but if that kit is legit, which it looks to be legit because of all the leaks we've seen, it's looking good. It really is. My wallet hurts just looking at it. But anyway, let's take a look at August. We will be kicking things off this season away to Newcastle on the 11th of August. Not an easy fixture to start with, but it could have been worse. It's not the worst. So I'm pretty happy with that. Although it really wouldn't surprise me if we actually don't win that game to start things off. Typically, we don't start the season well. It feels like years and years and years where I've actually thought, do you know what? We've started this season really well. It doesn't feel like it ever happens. Then we are at home to Burnley on the 17th. So that's good. We should be winning that game. But then we go up against Liverpool, which is going to be a very, very difficult game. A real challenge, especially if we have made changes to the squad with signings coming in, whatever it may be. That will be a real test. Probably the hardest game of the season for us. And then we have Tottenham at home at the end of August. So it's not an easy start to the season at all. Who knows how it's going to go? It's way too early to tell. Now we move on into September. Watford away, followed by Aston Villa at home, and then another really tough away trip, Old Trafford. I mean, we've been better there over the years, but we still don't seem to get many results against United away from home, and the 28th of September is going to be no easier. It's going to be a really, really tough game, that. But 3 games in September. I think the 2 stars next to the Aston Villa game, I think that means it could be rescheduled for a cup game or something like that. So it could well be more games in September. But Premier League wise, it's not too bad. I would expect at least 6 points, beating Watford and Aston Villa there. And then Manchester United, I mean, minimum 6 points. Maybe we can get a draw there at Old Trafford or maybe sneak a win. Now, moving on into October, as it starts to get a little bit colder, although loads of great games start coming out, that's the best time of year for games, around September, October. FIFA releasing in September, and of course October we've got a bunch of other games and stuff like that. But we start off on the 5th against Bournemouth at home. We then go to Sheffield United, the newly promoted side, so we will not be facing a promoted side until the 21st of September with Aston Villa, and then it will be 19th of October against Sheffield United. Crystal Palace at home, London Derby on the 26th of October, just before Halloween. And again, only 3 games scheduled so far in October for the Premier League. But then things start to get busy. I mean, you can see by the size of the boxes that I've used to hide the months, you're looking at a very busy winter. So let's go into November now. We have Wolves at home, Leicester away, Southampton at home, and then Norwich away. So 3 promoted sides we're playing before Christmas. Now, Wolves at home, Leicester away could be very tricky games. But there is a massive break between the 9th and the 23rd there, where we'll be playing Southampton after Leicester. Of course, there will be Europa League, unfortunately, games in between there, I'm sure. But now it comes to December, where things get really, really busy. And this to me, is going to be such a tricky month. Brighton at home should be a comfortable win, right? We thought that last time we played Brighton at home, and guess what? We didn't win it. West Ham away, Man City at home, Everton away, Bournemouth away, Chelsea at home. I mean, it's a tough game with very little time in between the matches. I mean, some matches 2 days in between. Bournemouth and Chelsea, literally 2 days in between those games. Around Christmas as well, where players want to spend time with family members. Man City at home's a tough one. Brighton and West Ham. I mean, December in general is going to be a tough month. It always is. And it's around that time of year when we struggle. It just is. We'll go into January as we begin 2020. I cannot believe I'm saying that. 2020. It only feels like a couple of years ago. That was like a dream. Floating cars in 2020, right? So to kick off the year, Literally, on New Year's Day, we have Manchester United at home. Then we have Crystal Palace on the 11th away. Sheffield United on the 18th. And then Chelsea away. That's, yeah, not the greatest, is it really? The Man United and the Chelsea game will be tough. Palace away is always a tough one as well. But still, better than 6 games. We're going down to 4 games in January. And then into February, we have Burnley away on the 1st. We then have Newcastle at home on the 8th. Everton at home on the 22nd. And then a loss at Man City on the 29th away at the Etihad. Tough month. I'll be turning 27. Jeez, 27 in February. So another relatively up and down month, I would say. Burnley away, actually. That's not an easy game. It really isn't. And then, going into March, we have West Ham at home, Brighton away, which I'll be going to that game, Brighton away, so 14th of March. Maybe it'll be dry and somewhat warm for me as I go down to Brighton. I'm actually I think 30 minutes away from the Brighton Stadium, so I decided as I drove past it the other day, I'm going to go to the Arsenal fixture next year as we go away to Brighton. Southampton on the 21st, and then going into crunch month, April. Are we going to be on another final game, 8 games or so where we can get into the top 4? I really, really hope not, because we saw what happened this season, or last season now. Norwich at home, followed by Wolves away, Leicester at home, and then Tottenham away. It's funny because I look at all the home games and I think, do you know what, we can probably do well because we are good at home, but we haven't been recently. So part of me doesn't feel confident about that at all anymore. And then we go into May, Liverpool at home, Aston Villa away, and we finish our season at home against Watford on the 17th of May, where we will be lifting the Premier League trophy. So there we have it. That is our fixture list. Ones to look out for. Let's go ahead and make some highlights here, because I think there are some key fixtures that we need to really be careful about. I'm just going to change colour here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Let's pick that layer there. So, of course, first game of the season is always absolutely massive. Let me go ahead and paint a dot next to it. I think that is always a massive, massive game. If we start off well, get ourselves 3 points away from Newcastle, that's better than what we've done in recent years, because that's huge. And then, of course, Liverpool away and Tottenham at home. Very important games because they're at the start of the season. Proper tests as well. Liverpool away is going to be our toughest game of the season, along with maybe Man City away. And Tottenham at home, it's just such a big rivalry, of course. They've had a very good season. Didn't win anything, but there will be a very fierce rivalry this season because we want to get back in front of Tottenham. You know, we don't want to be behind them anymore. And then I think, obviously Manchester United away is going to be a really tough one. I think that potentially Leicester away is going to be a tough one as well. Go ahead and mark that. Then, of course, we've got City at home, Chelsea at home, United at home. So some very big fixtures there to look out for. Chelsea away as well. Man City away there. And I think there are some other games kind of in between these fixtures. I mean, there's Wolves away. That's going to be a really tough one. And then Tottenham away. Liverpool at home. You're looking at those being maybe the main fixtures of our season, but then you're getting some really tough games in between. Let me go ahead and mark these as well that, people are going to not maybe think about, but they're very underrated games, very difficult games. So we have, where was it? I'm looking for it. There it is. Burnley away is always a really tough one. Palace away is horrendous sometimes for us. But where is Southampton away? That one, oh God, I hate Southampton away. We always seem to slip up a little bit against them. Some other tough games that could prove to potentially ruin our season. The games where you're expected to do well and therefore you don't really think about it too much. And then bang, you get a loss. I'm thinking games like Norwich away. Like that just screams to me, somehow we got a loss, And then other games like the last game of the season, Watford at home. Who would disagree with me? We're probably going to lose that game. Okay, although it sucks to say it can genuinely happen. It's very frustrating. Let me get rid of all these dots because they look so ugly. So, what do we think, guys? In terms of the fixture list being good to us, I don't know. I think it's very up and down. We seem to have some very good periods where it's not too bad. I look at October being like it could be relatively comfortable. I was going to say February, but we've got City away there. March is pretty nice. I think March could be okay for us. I mean, December, although there's a lot of tough games in there, it could have been worse. It really could have been worse. I was looking at Manchester United's fixture list, and they've got some really tough run of games throughout the season. So combine this fixture list with our Europa League, as well as the cup games, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. It's going to be a busy season, and I'm really hoping we are reinforcing the squad because we are missing a couple of players, that's for sure. But I'm excited. I cannot wait to get this season underway. We're months away already. I mean, it's too slow. I'm ready for it now. Can we kick this off next month? Can we? And then maybe have December where we don't have any football. Let's have winter off like they do in the Bundesliga. That would be pretty nice, wouldn't it? But anyway, that's the end of this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed my thoughts on the fixture list. Don't forget to check out your own team fixture list. They came out at 9 AM this morning, so every club has their fixture list now for the Premier League season. And tell me whether you think you've got a good chance or not. Where do you guys think Arsenal will finish as well? I'm going to go with 5th. That's where I'm predicting right now. Based off our business so far in the transfer window and the fixture list, I don't think I see us getting into the top 4. Sucks, but it's what it is. But thank you for watching, and I will see you for another video soon.